One of the factions featured in Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, would provide an excellent framework for a TV spin-off. Set in the world of the popular tabletop game, Honor Among Thieves was rich with existing concepts, races, and locations from the Forgotten Realms campaign setting. This also extends to the various Dungeons & Dragons factions that make up its world, such as the Red Wizards of Thay, the Emerald Enclave, and the Harpers. Despite all that it encompassed, there's obviously only so much one live-action installment can cover, leaving plenty of ground for future entries to explore. Unfortunately, though, there's still no word on Honor Among Thieves 2, and the Dungeons & Dragons TV series at Paramount Plus was cancelled before it could even get off the ground. That said, another attempt at a TV show set in the Dungeons & Dragons universe is hardly unfeasible. If it happens, it could make the most of a key aspect of Honor Among Thieves' story. Why the Harpers could easily carry a Dungeons & Dragons TV show. The Harpers deserve their own TV show. The group to which Ejin once belonged to in Honor Among Thieves offers a ton of storytelling potential, and more than enough for a TV show to work with. Honor Among Thieves made the Harpers a key part of his backstory, revealing that he was a member of the well-known Dungeons & Dragons organization before the death of his wife. Apparently, he went on missions for the Harpers, who he described in the film as a network of spies. As Ejin accurately explained, the goal of the Harpers is to fight tyranny, defend the oppressed, and to ask nothing in return. Ejin summarized his activities by discussing his efforts to eavesdrop on conversations, stop bandits, and catch red wizards. His tale fits in nicely with the lore Dungeons & Dragons has already built for the Harpers, and goes to show why they could work with their own stories in live action. While the Harpers were only used to flesh out Ejin's past in Honor Among Thieves, another project could actually go much further with them, actually showcasing in full the sorts of escapades Ejin only touched on in the film. In the Forgotten Realms, the Harpers have a long-held reputation for the kinds of heroic acts that Ejin briefly mentioned. They send operatives to different cities on a wide variety of secret missions, ranging from thwarting a political coup to preventing a demonic summoning. The number of things they involve themselves with in Dungeons & Dragons creates a wide range of locations and concepts it could hinge on. The scale of the story could vary considerably as well. A TV show could benefit greatly from a Harper-centric storyline, perhaps by using a full season to follow a handful of its agents on one of these adventures, letting it unfold gradually throughout the season. In this way, the Harpers could become entangled in an overarching mystery or conspiracy that takes time to unravel. Alternatively, it could devote each episode to a different mission for its Harper protagonists. More than a dozen Dungeons & Dragons books could be adapted for a Harper's TV series. There's plenty of source material a Harper's TV show could use. Erilyn Moonblade Forgotten Realms novel Dungeons & Dragons. As for what to expect from the characters in a TV show about the Harpers, there's a good chance it would take the same direction as Honor Among Thieves and introduce an original cast of heroes. However, that's not the only available path, as decades of Dungeons & Dragons media have yielded a multitude of stories with Harper connections. Across many of these, Harpers are just a piece of a wider narrative, with the Baldur's Gate video game series serving as a notable example of this. But, there are indeed books that place the Harpers front and center. In fact, there are several that take this approach. In the 1990s, Wizards of the Coast published The Harpers, a series of 16 books featuring members of the organization as their main characters. The majority of them are standalone entries, complete with their own protagonists. Because of that, a potential Harpers TV series has no shortage of existing characters it can look to for its leads. It could also turn to Elminster, a prominent Harper and a character who headlined his own Forgotten Realms book series. It's important to note that reimagined version of Elminster himself had a small role in Honor Among Thieves.